Dust falls on Chicago at a rate of 65 milligrams per meter squared per day. Major metallic elements in the dust include aluminum, magnesium, copper, zinc, manganese, and lead. Lead accumulates at a rate of 0.03 milligrams per meter squared per day. How many metric tons of lead fall on 535 square kilometers of Chicago in 1 year?
The first thing to figure out in this problem is what is the given information. Analyzing the problem further, it was determined that lead accumulates at a 0.03 milligrams per meter per day rate. We also were able to determine the relative size of Chicago we were looking at. Chicago extends to 535 square kilometers. The initial rate of lead falling on Chicago was given in square kilometers per day. Since it was given in square kilometers per day, it is important to convert square kilometers to meters. Using basic unit conversion, we can determine that 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. Therefore, 1 kilometer squared would equal 1 million meters. We then need to multiply 535 kilometers squared by 10 to the 6 to give us 535 times 10 to the 6 meters squared. From the initial problem, we were told that lead fell over Chicago in 1 day at 0.03 milligrams per meter squared per day. Looking to figure out how many milligrams fell of lead per day, we need to multiply 0.03 milligrams per day by 535 times 10 to the 6 meters squared. This will cancel out our meters squared, leaving us with 16.05 times 10 to the 6 milligrams per day. From the previous work that we have done, we were able to determine that 16.05 times 10 to the 6 milligrams of lead fell per day. We wanted to convert this to years in order to determine how many tons would fall in a year. There are 365 days in 1 year. So to do the conversion from 1 year, or from 1 day to 1 year, we would multiply 16.05 times 10 to the 6 milligrams a day by 365 days. This would cancel out both of our days, giving us 5,858.25 times 10 to the 6 milligrams per year of PB fell. So now that we know that 5,858.25 times 10 to the 6 milligrams per year of lead fall on Chicago, we need to convert this into metric tons per year. To do this, we are going to go from milligrams to grams, from grams to kilograms, from kilograms to metric tons. Now that we know the basic schematic, it's important to know that 1 gram equals 10 to the 3rd milligrams, 1 kilogram equals 10 to the 3rd grams, and 1 metric ton equals 1,000 kilograms. Now we need to take 5,858.25 times 10 to the 6 milligrams per year and multiply it by the necessary information we have. So we need to take 10 to the 3rd milligrams to 1 gram. This cancels out our grams. Now to get rid of grams, we need to take 10 to the 3rd grams and multiply it by 1 kilogram, canceling out our grams. And to get a metric ton, we need to take 1,000 kilograms over 1 metric ton. This will give us a total amount of 5.858 tons per year, or approximately 6 tons per year. Now that you have figured out how to solve a very difficult problem, you can apply this to any day scenarios that you would like to. For instance, let's say you're an analytical chemistry professor and you want to bring sandwiches to one of your analytical classes, and you only have 20 pieces of bread. How many sandwiches can you make? Well, by knowing that each sandwich requires 2 pieces of bread, you can divide that by the number of pieces of bread you have, which would cancel out your bread, leaving you with 10 sandwiches that you can bring to your analytical chemistry class.